In the beginning, there was only Amma, the supreme creator, the source of all things. Amma held within himself the potential of all creation, contained in a single radiant egg. This cosmic egg spiraled in the void, holding within it the seeds of every star, every planet, every being that would ever live. Within this sacred egg, all things were in harmony. Twins in balance, paired in unity, waiting for the moment of divine unfolding. But not all was destined to remain in balance. When the time came, the egg began to open. Its shell cracked with thunder, releasing the breath of creation in a hierarchical fashion. From it poured fire, air, water, and earth, the four elements that would weave the fabric of the universe. The stars ignited, the worlds took shape, the spiral of existence began. Yet creation was not without struggle. Among the primordial beings within the egg was Ogo, a restless spirit, impatient and defiant. While creation was meant to emerge in perfect duality, male and female, light and shadow, order and rhythm, Ogo could not wait. He broke free before the appointed time, shattering the cosmic order. Thus, the cosmos was born fractured, carrying within it the seed of disorder. In his rebellion, Ogo seized a fragment of Amma's placenta, the living fabric of creation itself, and fled into the void. With this stolen essence, he tried to fashion a world of his own. But what he created was flawed, incomplete, and barren. This failed creation, born of chaos and impatience, became our solar system, a stunning cosmos inhabited by the human struggle, imperfection, and the tension between order and disorder. To heal this wound, Amma summoned the Nommo, beings of water, luminous and serpentine, half human and half fish. They descended from the heavens in a great arc of fire that whirled as it fell, crashing into the waters of the newborn earth. To restore balance, Amma sacrificed Ogo's twin, scattering its essence across the heavens, thereby seeding the stars and bringing fertility, knowledge, and cosmic law to the universe. From this act, the stars and the 8 ancestral spirits were born. 4 pairs of twins, the future of humanity. These ancestors would bring balance to the flawed earth. Their journey was to heal the world and fulfill Amma's design. The Nommo taught the ordering of the cosmos, the secrets of weaving, the planting of seeds, the mysteries of the stars. In the end, they sacrificed themselves so that life might flourish, their very essence dissolving into the waters, becoming the wellspring of life. And so the Dogon remember, our origins are not merely of earth, but of the heavens. The story of humanity is written in the stars, and no star is more sacred than Sirius. This myth reminds us, the world is imperfect, born of rebellion, yet it carries the spark of the divine. Humanity's journey is to awaken to this knowledge, guided by the Nommo and the Dogon's memories, to return to the stars and the cosmic source. The Dogon are an ancient people, believed to have settled in Mali thousands of years ago. Hidden among their sacred rituals and oral traditions is a body of knowledge that seems impossible for a pre-telescope civilization. According to Marcel Griol and Germaine Dieter-Len, who recorded Dogon oral traditions in the 20th century, the Dogon describes Sirius not as one star, but as a system of multiple stars, long before modern astronomy confirmed this. They specifically spoke of Sirius A, the great shining star, and its companion, Sirius B. Calling Sirius B the smallest and heaviest thing in the universe, made of a substance so dense that all earthly beings combined could not lift it. This matches our scientific understanding of Sirius B as a white dwarf, incredibly dense and massive for its size. But it doesn't stop there. The Dogon also describes Sirius B's then unknown elliptical orbit around Sirius A, saying it took 50 years to complete, an extraordinary detail that aligns with modern astronomical measurements. Western science only confirmed this in the 19th and 20th centuries with telescopes, Yet the Dogon had already woven this into their sacred stories, integrating it into their 60-year Sigui festival cycle. The elliptical orbit is key. It shows that the Dogon were not just mythologizing the stars, they were mapping precise astronomical mechanics. The Dogon described the universe's birth as a spiraling motion from a tiny seed called the Po, the smallest particle of matter. They compared this to the spiral shape of the Milky Way, showing their awareness of galactic structure. Dogon myths also speak of planets spinning on their axes and orbiting the sun, long before telescopes confirmed this. They even knew Jupiter has 4 major moons and described Saturn's rings, which they visualized in ritual symbolism. But how could they have known? Their myths are clear. This wisdom was given to them by the Nommo, the celestial guides who descended from Sirius itself. The Dogon call it Sigui Tolo, and say it has a hidden companion, Po Tolo, a star so dense and small it's invisible to the naked eye. According to Dogon cosmology, the Nommo came from Sirius, the dog star. They arrived in a great vessel that whirled and descended with fire and thunder, imagery that, to modern ears, sounds strikingly like a spacecraft. These beings taught the Dogon the hidden structures of the cosmos. They revealed the order of the stars, the sacredness of water, the weaving of cloth, the planting of seeds. The Nommo were not just givers of knowledge, they were keepers of balance, guardians of the cosmic covenant between heaven and earth. They are depicted as amphibious beings, half fish and half human, reminiscent of ancient deities across cultures. The Babylonian god Oannes, the Sumerian Enki, the Egyptian Osiris, and in Hindu tradition, Vishnu's Mithya avatar. Across cultures, the memory of the Nommo resurfaces under different names, pointing back to the same truth that beings from the stars have always walked beside humanity. For the Dogon, Sirius is the axis of creation, the navel of the universe, the radiant point where all souls emerge and to which all souls return. It is not simply a star, but a gateway, a fountain of being, a luminous threshold between the visible and the invisible. According to the Dogon, the white light of Sirius A purifies and fertilizes the earth and other celestial bodies in its reach. They teach that Sirius is not one, but many. Sirius A is the great blazing sun. Sirius B, the dense hidden companion with its 50-year orbit. Some even whisper of Sirius C, a third star that modern astronomy has only begun to suspect. Yet for the Dogon, these are not mere astronomical curiosities. They are the pulse of creation itself, the rhythm by which life and death, order and renewal unfold. It is this pulse that governs their most sacred ceremony. The Sigui festival is a once-in-a-lifetime ceremony held by the Dogon people of Mali, West Africa. The Sigui remembers the moment when the first ancestor received wisdom from the Nommo. Occurring approximately every 60 years, the festival can last for nearly a decade. The next festival will begin in 2027. During the ritual, the entire community gathers, wearing masks that embody spirits, chanting tones that echo the harmonics of the universe, and dancing in patterns that mirror the cycles of the stars. Through dance and music, the Dogon attempt to align human energies on this planet with those of Sirius. The Sigui is not a festival of human time, but of cosmic time. It marks the rhythm of Sirius B as it orbits Sirius A, aligning human ritual with the heartbeat of the heavens. For the Dogon, the Sigui is nothing less than a reenactment of creation itself, a reopening of Amma's cosmic egg, a renewal of the covenant between earth and sky. Across the world in India, the Samvatsara cycle, a 60-year calendar, similarly governs cosmic and earthly rhythms. Just as the Dogon align their lives to Sirius through the Sigui, the Rishis align society and ritual to 60-year cycles, reflecting the breath of the cosmos. Two cultures, oceans apart, yet both remembering that time is not linear but cyclical, spiraling like the stars themselves. To the Dogon, Sirius is more than the dog star. It is the clock of creation, the soul's compass, the eternal reminder that all life moves through patterns of death, rebirth, and renewal. When they gaze at Sirius, they see not just light, they remember the descent of the Nommo, the wisdom birthed from the cosmic egg, and the promise that all things return to the source. Sirius, the dog star, has always shone as more than a star. Across continents and civilizations, it emerges as a cosmic anchor, a marker of time, a guardian, and a source of wisdom. In mystical traditions, white stars are more than points of light in the sky. They are beacons of purity, spiritual illumination, and cosmic intelligence. For the Dogon, Sirius shines as the greatest of these white stars, the navel of creation, the source from which all souls emerge and to which they eventually return. Its brilliant, steady light symbolizes the clarity of divine wisdom, the cosmic order, and the eternal rhythm of life and death. Like a spiritual lighthouse, Sirius serves as a gateway between the visible and invisible realms, a point of contact with the Nommo, the celestial beings who brought knowledge, harmony, and remembrance to humanity. In the Dogon's eyes, to gaze upon this white star is to remember one's origin in the stars, align with the cycles of creation, and awaken to the luminous thread connecting Earth, humanity, and the heavens themselves. In ancient Egypt, Sirius was Sopdet or Sothis, the bringer of the Nile's life-giving flood. Its heliacal rising marked the renewal of the land, and it was closely associated with Isis, the goddess of fertility, rebirth, and cosmic order. In fact, Sirius is the star adorning her crown. The pharaohs themselves were said to draw divine authority from its light, linking the heavens directly to life on Earth. In Vedic India, Sirius is associated with Mriga or Mrigashira, linking the star to Yama, the god of death and the spiritual cycles of life. The Samvatsara cycle mirrors the Dogon Sigui, showing that distant cultures recognize the same cosmic rhythm, life and death, rise and fall, bound to the pulse of the universe. Even the motif of the dog as guardian recurs globally. In Egypt, Anubis, the jackal-headed guide, stands at the threshold of the afterlife. In India, Yama's hounds guard the path of departed souls. In the Dogon system, Sirius itself embodies the Nommo's protective presence, watching over humanity's journey. Across civilizations, oceans, and millennia, Sirius emerges as a universal archetype, the pulse of creation, echoing through the orbit of Sirius B, the guardian of souls, the eternal cosmic dog, the source of wisdom, linking humanity to the Nommo, to Amma, and to the memory of the original cosmic order. For the Dogon, for the Vedic seers, for the Egyptians, and mystics alike, Sirius is not merely a star. It is a bridge between worlds, a luminous thread connecting humanity to the cosmos, to the cycles of life and death, and to the promise of remembrance and renewal. The Dogon are more than a people. They are keepers of ancient memory. Their rituals, their star knowledge, their cosmic stories serve as a living library for humanity. Where modern science sees history as progress, the Dogon remind us that we are part of cycles far greater than our individual lives. Humanity is woven into repeating patterns, rising and falling, remembering and forgetting. Through the myths of the Nommo, the knowledge of Sirius, and the Sigui festival, the Dogon whisper, do not forget where you came from. Do not forget the stars. Do not forget that your story is eternal. The Nommo are not simply myth, nor merely aliens in the modern sense. They are archetypes, symbols of higher intelligence, spiritual teachers clothed in cosmic form. Our souls are seeded from the heavens, and Sirius is one of the great cosmic gates calling us back to remembrance. As Anubis weighs the heart, as Yama's hounds guard the threshold, as the Nommo descend from the starry sea, the Dogon whisper across time, look to Sirius the dog star. In its light, you will find your origin, your guide, and your destiny. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this exploration resonated with you, subscribe and share this video so we can continue unraveling our great cosmic story together. Namaste.